Welcome to the first video of the year. Actually, I was preparing some other videos, but I was simply too busy at work and some other things also happened. So this is a quick reminder to always make backups, because these are the old hard disks from our office router where we also had some emails and such, and those died yesterday. So this video is about two reminders. First, always have backups, and no, RAID is not a backup. This was RAID, but have a backup, which we had. And second, if you have bad blocks, defect sectors, this drive starts to remap things, replace them ASAP, which I did not, but next time I will. So they kept failing faster and faster, and actually I already started to prepare a new server, but there's always something more fun and better to do, and you always finish it soon, and soon is somewhere between now and forever. So yeah, yesterday actually both of these drives totally died on the same day, which by the way is funny because they are both Apple OEM. Are they? Yeah, one of these is from a MacBook and the other is from a Mac Pro, and I recycled them in our office router. Funny enough, from all the disks, by the way this is from 2007, 10 years old, from all the disks that failed on me, I think most of them or nearly all of them were Apple OEM disks. Anyway, so make backups, and if you get defects, replace the drive as soon as possible. For working with embedded systems and restoring data and such, we have this USB adapter. Probably it's time to get a new one. This is already a little bit old, USB 2. Maybe we should get a USB 3 one in the meantime. And also a quick note, this power supply, I noticed this already with another disk the other day that came with this set, may not provide enough power for disks that start to be defective if the bearing is stuck and it's not spinning smoothly anymore. At least yesterday this drive did not spin up with this power supply anymore, which is why it is always handy to have some spare something here around, which I will use as power source. Although we had a backup, just on the day we had some important emails, and obviously the backup was from the other day, and I wanted to make sure not to lose any emails or source code version control commits. So I wanted to try to get some of the data off, which I thankfully managed for most of the part yesterday. The last note I wanted to make in this video is this disk, Western Digital by the way, in case it matters. One is Hitachi, the other is Western Digital. And this Western Digital first did not spin up anymore, so maybe I open it on the next video or something. But this disk somehow remembers that it mechanically got stuck or something, because it does not spin up for some 30 minutes or something. I'm not sure where they store it, if they store it just in some charge of some capacitor, or if they store it in some flash or something. But when it failed, I connected it, didn't spin up. I already wanted to give up, and only half an hour later, when I already started to replay the backup on a new server, I tried it again and it spun up. And when it got stuck again, syncing the files, it would not spin up for another half an hour, and then it would spin up again. So if you have some drive that it's stuck and you ideally want to still get some data on, wait a little bit or let it cool down or something. You may be lucky and still get something off later. So for the sake of this video, let's see if it will spin up one more time. Fan makes an ugly noise also. Okay, whatever. So let's see. By the way, usually you hear it tries to spin up today. So today we're lucky, it really spun up. As I said, it did so yesterday twice, but then it somehow made a little bit clicking noise. So probably it's safer to first connect the data cable and then connect the host USB or Firewire, Thunderbolt, whatever. So SDC, here we go. So this is some old Riser FS from 10 years ago, and the LVM volume I synced from the other disk. But what I would ideally want to finish syncing, there's probably nothing to find, but just in case, is this root partition that was not on the RAID. And if you attempt data recovery and everything, always remember to mount read only. I think it's getting louder already, interestingly. Was this in home? This was in home, so then this other was... Now it already starts to make some clicking noises. Now, maybe like this. It probably only was reading the RiserFS replayed 47 transactions, which in read-only mode it should only do in memory. I usually use rsync for this kind of things over SSH, exclude home, because this is complete as far as I know, and I want this dry run, because I know that yesterday, at the end of the day, when I was rsyncing this yesterday with the last backup, it got stuck in some 2 GB large log file, and the disk would shut down and not spin up anymore. So this is why now I'm doing this dry run, that it probably should not read the whole file, because I'm only interested what it would sync. Okay, this is what I was hoping for. Right now with these settings it would only sync some stupid log files that I don't need, and it got stuck. So this today only confirms for my nerves that there really were no other files, just to make sure there was nothing lost. I hope you found this a little bit interesting. I cannot say it often enough. Have backups if you have storage with bad blocks, even with SSDs. If the VAR leveling is reaching end of life, replace them as soon as possible. And when you do recovery, do not forget to mount things in read-only mode. And last but not least, if the disks do not spin up, they may spin up later when they cool down, or some oil distributed again in the bearing, or I don't know what. If you have comments for backup and recovery and RAID and server setup and things like this, feel free to share this in the comments below. And if you know if and where these drives actually store that they got stuck and should not try spinning up, that will also be pretty interesting to know. So I hope you learned something, and I'm actually also working to release videos more often again. Sometimes the rest of the business life is a bit busy. It would be awesome if you show your support by subscribing for hopefully much more regular videos to come.